Good morning, everyone. This is a bright and early Sunday morning. 7:40 game against the Buffalo Regals. Here's the North Pittsburgh team. Just got on the ice and they're starting to warm up. So we have in front of us here Klinzik and Ligda and Foot and Yenny just getting ready for the game. So we are short two players today. You'll notice Nelson and Huang are not here. They actually had a different game in Youngstown this morning. So, but should be an exciting game today. And and there's Coach in the distance there taking a picture of the kids. Here's Tony. There's Coach Tony. Wave. Yeah. It is 1 minute till puck drop. You can see the clock counting down in the distance. Let me just adjust that. There's Weidmeyer getting in net, warming up from yesterday's really wonderful game. She got MVP of the game yesterday. Did some excellent saves with her left and her right pad. And what's what?
What's the team we're playing?
Regals. Buffalo Regals. We are playing the Buffalo Regals. So this is the third Buffalo team. That means Buffalo has a really good girls hockey program to have 3 girls teams at this age. So that's fantastic. In contrast, a city like Seattle has the Seattle Wildcats, and that is one team. The East Side is starting up a girls team in Seattle, so that'll be 2 girls teams. But so Buffalo to have 3 girls teams is pretty impressive. Seattle also got a huge snowfall yesterday. I don't know if everybody saw that on the news. Biggest snowfall in 70 years, I think they said. So I saw that on the news last night. Just about getting ready to puck drop, and the format of the game is a 12-minute first, second, and third periods, and third period will go into run time if the score differential is greater than 5. On the ice, we're starting out with Dankmeyer on forward, and we have Rivet on D with Pissner. No, we have Rivet on D with last minute changer with Seuss. No, sorry, we have Seuss and Foot. They just changed the D at the last minute. Puck is dropped. And Buffalo manages to get it into the North Pittsburgh zone. And they try to get a shot on Widener. Widener freezes it for a puck drop in the North Pittsburgh zone to the right of Widener. Dankmeyer wins the draw, and they send it to the back of the net. Goes to the side of the net, then Weidmeyer freezes it again. On wing, Dankmeyer has the support from Ligda and Nemec. Puck is dropped. Nemec sends it to the side to Ligda. Ligda up the boards, gets stopped by the Buffalo player. Buffalo D punches the puck back in, goes to Foot. Foot patiently looking for a slot to get out, does get stopped by the D, and she gets a shot on net, but deflected wide by Seuss. And finally, Nemec gets the puck out and down the zone. Buffalo sends it back in, and that was going to be called icing, but the ref called it off at the last minute. Picked up by Ligda. Ligda up the boards, gets picked up by the D. Rivet helping out. Rivet on D. Rivet and Dankmeyer pushed it to the side, to the outer rink. Rivet bringing it up the sides, looking to get past the Buffalo winger. And nice play by Dankmeyer to get the puck out, and Buffalo puts it offside. This enables a full line change for the North Pittsburgh. And actually Buffalo will get a new line out now too. Howe at the face-off. And we have Rivet and Pistner on defense. Puck goes over to Bowers and back to Pistner. Pistner up the ice to Howe. Nice pass. And they start on the breakout down the ice. Howe putting pressure on the forward and stops the puck advancement, and they send the puck in. Pistner ties up the player, gets it up to Bowers. Bowers fighting to get up the boards, gets it to Howe. Howe trying to get it pushed out, and now we have Yenny advancing it up the ice. Yenny advances it up the ice, gets stopped by the Buffalo D, and Buffalo start bringing it back in. Chased by Pistner, and shot gets off, and no goal. And Buffalo does a wraparound there, gets the first shot off, then does a wraparound and gets a goal for a 1-0 hockey game. 9:41 left in the first period. We got Dankmeyer facing off. And on D, we have Foot and Seuss. Puck is dropped. Dankmeyer pushes it up. Chased by Klinzik. And the puck will come all the way down, as that is an icing call. It is a 1-0 hockey game for Buffalo Regals. 9:34 left in the first. On forward, we have Weidmeyer and Klinzik with Dankmeyer at center. Puck goes to the front of the net. Shot on Weidmeyer. She stopped the first shot, rebound out, and Buffalo got a second shot in the net. That is a 2-0 hockey game. 9:27 left in the first. Howe facing off. This is a pretty strong Buffalo team today. A lot of pressure right away out of the gate. As you can see, they pressured, putting it in. Shot off, goes wide. Picked up by Ligda. She tried to get it up to Howe to break out, and Buffalo puts it back in the corner. And they managed to get a shot between 5-hole, and that is a 3-0 hockey game. 9:06 into the first period. This Buffalo team is really fast, and they got a number of fast players, and they're putting really early pressure on the North Pittsburgh. Howe facing off. Howe gets it back to Seuss. Seuss sends it up and to Nemec. Nemec up the boards, and Buffalo brings it in, and that'll be an icing call just outside of the North Pittsburgh zone. 3-0 for Buffalo. 8:54 left in the first period. Dankmeyer facing off. Dankmeyer gets it over to Yenny. Yenny up the boards. And Dankmeyer chasing it into the zone. And Buffalo dumps it down. No icing called on that. And picked up by Rivet. Rivet sends it around the boards up to Bowers. And Bauer it out, but the defense get shot. Now Dankmeyer taking up the ice. Stopped by Rivet. And Buffalo sends it back into the zone. And chased by Foot. And Foot ties up the player, allows Yenny to send it around to Bowers. Bowers up the ice. Bowers to Rivet. Rivet on the breakaway. And Rivet taking up the ice. Passes it over to Dankmeyer. Beautiful work by the girls. And they get into the Buffalo zone. Buffalo starts bringing it down, chips it off the board, and nice pressure from Rivet. Rivet stops the advance and gets it to the side. Rivet back out to Foot and shot on Weidmeyer, and that'll be a puck drop in the North Pittsburgh zone. 3-0 for Buffalo against North Pittsburgh. 7:38 left in the first. We have Howe facing off with Klinzik on right and Weidmeyer on left. Weidmeyer gets it to the side to Klinzik. Klinzik putting pressure on. Goes back to Seuss. Seuss send the D do get a shot, but nice stop by Weidmeyer, and the puck will be dropped to the left of Weidmeyer. Puck dropped, goes to Klinzik. Klinzik sends it out, gets stopped by the Buffalo D. To Seuss. Seuss sends it up the boards to Klinzik. Pressure by Howe, and the puck is loose at the top. Buffalo shoots, gets blocked by Seuss, and Klinzik up to Howe. Howe breaks it out, and Buffalo back in, and they call that an offside, I believe, or was that a penalty on that call? I almost think that was a boarding penalty. Yeah, I think that was a boarding penalty. No, I don't know what happened there. So face off at center, and puck is dropped. Goes back to Rivet. Rivet nice stop by Foot. Back check. The puck did go up in the air, and it went up and over Weidmeyer into the back of the net. 4-0 hockey game. 6:42 left in the first period. Rivet sends it up to Buffalo gets it. Oh, we're going to be called trip on that. Foot is going to get a tripping call, unfortunately. And the Buffalo team will go on a 2-minute power play. We have Dankmeyer out with Rivet, and Rivet takes up the ice, and to Dankmeyer. Dankmeyer chips it off the boards, gets it out, and Buffalo sends it back in, but that is an offside call, and the puck will be dropped just outside the Buffalo zone. Or sorry, outside the North Pittsburgh zone. Puck is dropped. Dankmeyer gets it over to Ligda. Ligda up the ice. Advances up the ice. And to Dankmeyer. Dankmeyer gets a shot towards the net, goes wide, goes behind the net. And Ligda goes and chases and puts the pressure on Buffalo coming down the side. And Seuss looking to pressure and causes the puck to go wide. Puck goes behind the net. And up the boards. Buffalo sends it out to the front, and they get the 5th goal of the game, and that is the end of the power play. So it is 5-0 hockey game, 5:27 into the first period. Howe facing off. Howe wins the draw, gets it over to Klinzik. Klinzik battling with it. Buffalo player does come in. Buffalo gets a shot. Nice stop by Weidmeyer. And behind the net, battling for it. And gets it out. Howe putting pressure on. Goes back to Bowers. Trying to send. She gets it. Nice battle by Bowers. Wins 2 battles there. Gets it up over the blue. And now it's chased by Bowers and Howe. And Buffalo gets it advanced back in. And picked up by Pissner. Pissner takes it around the boards. Nice stick handle job. Gets it up to Howe. Howe chips it out of the North Pittsburgh zone. And Howe starts advancing the other way. Howe getting a breakaway on the net. Howe shoots and goes wide of the net. Bowers going in to retrieve the puck. Gets it to the front. And back to Pissner. Pissner at the point sends it back in. And this is some really nice pressure by the North Pittsburgh team. Howe chasing in, and Pissner putting pressure on and stalling the Buffalo player. Buffalo player does advance and does get stopped by nice play by Rivet. Rivet to Howe. Howe taking it up, does get stick checked. Rivet sends it back in, and Buffalo now advancing down the ice. And Buffalo shoots, it goes wide of the net, and Rivet trying to stop the Buffalo player from advancing and getting a wraparound. Puck goes behind the net. Rivet battling for it, wins the battle with help from Bowers. And Buffalo player goes around the net, tries to wrap around again. Nice stop by Weidmeyer. Very nice stop. Weidmeyer read that. She was going one side and then quickly stopped and tried to do a wraparound, but Weidmeyer had her skate right on the post there. So really good job by Weidmeyer. Dankmeyer facing off with Weidmeyer and Pissner on wing. Sorry, you got Klinzik on wing. Goes back to Foot. Foot around the boards over to Weidmeyer. Weidmeyer sends it up to Dankmeyer. Dankmeyer on the rush. Dankmeyer over to Klinzik. Some really nice passing by the girls here. Klinzik with a break. Tries to get a shot on net. Does get pulled down there. No penalty called on that play. Foot keeps the puck in. And puck starts advancing the other way. And Buffalo shoots, gets it high. It goes high above the net. And now Dankmeyer starts skating up the ice with Klinzik. Dankmeyer chips it past and help with Klinzik, and that is an offside play. Howe facing off. Howe wins the faceoff, jumps it into the Buffalo zone, and that's picked up by Howe. And Howe gets it in, and Buffalo breaks it out. Rivet putting pressure on the advancing Buffalo player. Rivet gets it to the side, and Buffalo shoots. It does go up and over Weidmeyer's stick and into the top of the net. That makes it a 6-0 hockey game. Even with a high-scoring game, though, I think you can really see the girls adapting and learning from the play. And already in the last 5 minutes, we've seen lots of advancing into the Buffalo Regals zone. And Weidmeyer, our goalie, she's made some amazing saves. So you already start seeing the girls learning and adapting from this high competitive play. Puck is dropped. It goes into the Buffalo zone. Pressure from Dankmeyer. And puck goes back around the Buffalo net. Gets it past Jenny. And kept in by Dankmeyer. Dankmeyer chasing it in with Jenny, chasing it into the corner. And it's behind the Buffalo net. Buffalo trying to get it out, but North Pittsburgh has been strong. Seuss advances it the other way with help from Bowers. Bowers sends it back into the Buffalo end. And this allows for a North Pittsburgh change. And Klinzik battling, and Buffalo, offside by Buffalo. It is 1:43 left in the first period. It is now running time because it's a 5-goal differential. So to get it back to stop time, we would have to score another goal. Howe facing off. Howe gets it over to Klinzik. Does go to the Buffalo player. Buffalo advancing in and goes back to Rivet. Rivet's chip off the board, sends it up the ice, and Howe chasing after it, putting pressure on the D, and puck loose at the top, picked up by Pistner. Pistner tries to get up to Weidmeyer, and Pistner the battle and gets it up the ice. And then it goes to Weidmeyer. Weidmeyer battling with the Buffalo player. Buffalo tries to chip it off the board. Does get it to the front, gets it to the top, to the house, but deflected off and picked up by Klinzik and Howe. Howe advancing it up the ice, and Howe trying to go around the Buffalo player. Buffalo D stops her, and that causes an offside. 31 seconds left in the first period. 6-0 for Buffalo Regals. Strong, very strong team, but very proud of our girls for how they've adapted and against the Buffalo Regals. Dankmeyer facing off. 11 seconds left. And there's some stoppage of play. I'm not quite sure what it is, but maybe they're talking about the running time. I'm not sure what happened here. Clock is at 12 minutes. It was at 11 seconds. So I don't know what the clock is doing. Oh, they're going to put it back at 40. I think they're asking to go back to stop time. So let's see what happens there. So clock is running. Goes back to Seuss. Seuss gets it up to Nemec. Nemec tries to get up the boards with help from Dankmeyer to Nemec. Nemec up through the legs of the Buffalo player and goes back. Foot stopping the advance. Oh, they both miss the puck, and it goes to the side of the net. Picked up by Nemec. Nemec sends it up the ice to Seuss, and 3 seconds left, and that counts down, and that is the end of the first period. First period ended with 6-0 for the Buffalo Regals. As I mentioned earlier, some really nice adapting and learning by the North Pittsburgh girls, and I would say the last 7 minutes we saw lots of pressure in the Buffalo zone, and then also Weidmeyer, our goalie, Also had some really, really nice saves, including that one play where she had read the player behind the net trying to do the wraparound and had her foot right against the post, ready to stop that wraparound. One-minute break here. I think the refs are going to say, let's do stop time, but let's see what how the game progresses here. We are at the start of the second period for the puck drop. Puck is dropped, goes back to Rivet. Rivet trying to get it up to Howe. Howe on the advance. Howe takes it wide and tries to get a shot off, does get stopped by the Buffalo D. Rivet now trying to get a shot on net, does get stopped by the Buffalo forward. Howe bringing it in. Some really nice pressure here. Nice shot on net. Does go back out to Pistner. And now there's a breakaway by the Buffalo player. Great back check by Rivet. Rivet, wonderful stick. Gets the puck on the stick and gets inside. Howe comes in, gets it to the behind the net. And now goes around to Bowers. Bowers gets around to Yenny. Yenny up the boards, goes back to the Buffalo D. Buffalo D shoots and stopped by Weidmeyer, and the puck will be dropped inside the North Pittsburgh zone. Does look like they are going running time, so we'll hopefully get a goal there and close that 5-goal differential. Looks like Dankmeyer on the forward. She wins the draw, gets it over to Klinzik. Klinzik puts pressure on the D. D goes, makes the puck go wide. Oh, some nice D work by, actually Dankmeyer was in front of the net and she stopped the pass. And Dankmeyer chips it up the boards, and now she's out of the zone and now on the rush with Klinzik. Buffalo D gets it over to the winger, and nice stop by Foot, and Foot stops the advance. Foot gets up the boards and stop, but Dankmeyer helps with the rush there. The puck does go back to the Buffalo D, and the puck gets outside of the North Pittsburgh zone. Buffalo getting it back in the zone, but cause an offside play, and the puck will be dropped just outside of the North Pittsburgh zone. 9:36 left in the second period. 6-0 for the Buffalo Regals. So actually, puck will be dropped at center ice. Face-off by Howe. Howe wins the face-off. Goes back to Rivet. Rivet tries to chip out the boards, and supported by Howe. Howe up the boards, gets out of the zone, and battling for it. Howe chips up the boards again on the rush. Howe fighting for the puck, and some good pressure there. And Bowers with Howe. So they get it by Pistner, and Rivet. Rivet chases it in, and the puck is stopped by Weidmeyer, and the play will be dropped in the North Pittsburgh zone. 8:41 left in the second period. And Dankmeyer wins a faceoff, and now picked up by looks like Weidmeyer, and then up the boards, Dankmeyer working with Bowers. It was Bowers, and now this is chased in by Seuss. Seuss Foot has it behind the net. Foot up the boards, doesn't quite get it up the boards. They try to do another wraparound, and Weidmeyer has that play down, so blocked by Weidmeyer. Buffalo wraps around, tries to shoot. Nice glove save by Weidmeyer. And the puck was heading towards the top corner, and Weidmeyer stops it, allows Bowers to start bringing it up the ice. Bowers putting pressure on that Buffalo defense, and the puck is now loose at neutral zone. Pressure from Yenny, and Yenny up the ice, goes back to Bowers, to Seuss. Seuss up the boards, and puck goes back. Seuss chasing it and gets it, tries to get it over to Foot, and Foot now chasing it and sends it up the boards to Yenny. Yenny didn't clear the zone, and there's a shot from the Buffalo player, and that goes through the 5-hole, and that makes it a 7-0 hockey game with 6:46 left in the second period. Some really good pressure, though, you see from Dankmeyer and Bowers and Yenny. Howe facing off. Howe gets it over to Klinzik. Klinzik with the rush and battling with the two players. Some support from Rivet. Rivet back to Pissner. Pissner battling for it. Stops the advance of the Buffalo player and allows Rivet to get into place. Buffalo player shoots, goes wide, goes behind the net, and now picked up by Bowers. Bowers tries to get it out of the zone, and Rivet finally gets it out of the zone. Now chased by Howe. Howe coming in, and Buffalo taking it behind the net. Howe putting pressure on, and Buffalo changes direction and starts advancing up the ice. Pissner trying to stop the advance, and nice stick by Rivet. Rivet gets it to the side, battles for it, and stops the advance of the Buffalo player. Klinzik waiting for the pass on the side there. Does get it over to, looks like to Howe, and Howe trying to advance it up the ice with some support from Bowers. And Buffalo changes it. Stick check by Howe. Howe gets it up over the blue. No, not quite. Buffalo keeps it in. Goes to Klinzik. Goes to Pissner. Pissner up to Klinzik. Klinzik now taking up the ice on a rush to Howe. And Howe and Klinzik rushing. And Buffalo causes it to change direction and goes back to Pissner. Pissner has it behind the net. Help from Rivet. Rivet, they're at the side of Weidmeyer, trying to do that wraparound again, but Weidmeyer has that number. So they managed to send it to the point. It does go between the D, and Buffalo sends it behind the net. Rivet picks it up behind the net. Rivet doing some great battling with the Buffalo player, gets it to Bowers, and gets it to Weidmeyer. Weidmeyer sends it up the ice, and that will be an icing call, but will allow a change of players for the North Pittsburgh team. It is 7-0 in the second period, 3:56 to go. Dankmeyer facing off. Dankmeyer gets it out to Nemec, and now chased by... gets it over to Ligda. Ligda, Buffalo does get it there and shoots. It goes wide. Puck is behind the North Pittsburgh net. Picked up by Nemec. Nemec battling for it. Getting some help from Dankmeyer and Seuss. And they're battling at the side. And North Pittsburgh wins the battle at the side. Dankmeyer almost has it out of the North Pittsburgh zone. And Buffalo sends it back in. Gets it to Seuss. Seuss up to Nemec. Nemec now taking it out of the zone. Gets it out of the zone and sends it down the ice. Nice rush by Dankmeyer. Dankmeyer gets tied up by the Buffalo player and goes to Ligda. Ligda. Nice work by Ligda. There is going to be a penalty called on the Buffalo Regals. Interference call. So that will put North Pittsburgh on power play. So puck will be dropped. Should be dropped in the Buffalo Regals. Let's see what the ref says. And North Pittsburgh on the power play. Yes, puck will be dropped in the Buffalo zone. Howe facing off. Howe trying to get it over to Bowers. Let's see. Puck is dropped. Gets it. Goes back to Rivet. Rivet with an open shooting lane. Does get deflected by the Buffalo player. Bowers sends it around the ice. Pressure from Howe. Howe pressuring. And Buffalo, nice keep in by Pissner, but Buffalo does get it out on the second try and goes to Foot. Pissner chasing the Buffalo player and stops the Buffalo advance. Pissner behind the net, and Pissner bringing up the boards. Open side, she can get it all the way out, and she chips it out. Buffalo does keep it in, and now chased in by Yenny. Yenny now chased by Howe out front. Howe looking to advance the puck with help from Bowers. Bowers up the ice. Howe with her to Howe. Howe breakaway on the. She takes it wide. Does backhand it. Gets checked by the Buffalo. Rivet keeps it in. Rivet at the point. Kept in by Yenny, and now picked up by Klinzik. Offside, unfortunately, but we have 36 seconds left in the Buffalo penalty. 1:11 left in the second period, and it is a 7-0 hockey game for the Buffalo Regals. Dankmeyer facing off. This is a last rush. 10 seconds left in the penalty. And Buffalo gets it back to Seuss. Seuss sends it up to Dankmeyer. Buffalo advancing it back up. Does get stopped by Foot. And now Dankmeyer taking up the ice. One-on-one. Does get stopped by the Buffalo D. Buffalo back at full strength. 23 seconds left in the period. And Buffalo trying to take it the other way. Goes back to Dankmeyer. Dankmeyer with North Pittsburgh stopping the advance. 3 seconds left in the game. Buffalo on a breakaway. And that is the end of the second period. So I believe Buffalo only got one goal in that period, because I think the period started out 6-0 and now it's 7-0. And we also saw we saw great pressure from the North Pittsburgh team. 12 minutes left in the game. This will be running time, and coach talking to the girls, but girls adapting and learning really well. Some really nice passing we saw between the players. Okay, 12 minutes left in the third period here, and Howe facing off. Buffalo wins, but Rivet stops the advance and the puck goes the other way. Howe chasing it, Howe putting pressure on the D. D dumps it up, and the puck is loose. Pistner coming in, Pistner looking, takes a look, and passes it up to Rivet. Buffalo intercepts, gets a shot, but nice stop by Weidmeyer. Pistner sends it up the boards, and Buffalo sends it back in. Goes over to Klinzik. Klinzik with Rivet. Oh, and they managed to slap that in the side, unfortunately. And the puck somehow finds a way in. That's an 8-0 hockey game. 11:13 left in the third. Dankmeyer facing off. Goes to Seuss. Seuss up to Bowers. Bowers chips up the boards. In. No icing on that because she was inside the red line. And Buffalo picks it up behind the net. Dankmeyer putting pressure on the D. Dankmeyer. Bowers puts pressure and the puck is loose in the zone. Kept in by Yenny. Yenny goes back to Foot. Foot battling at the boards there. And Buffalo now advancing the other way. Chased by Foot, and Seuss goes in to help. Shot on Weidmeyer. Nice save by Weidmeyer, and puck will be dropped at the right of Weidmeyer. 10:18 left in the third period. It is an 8-0 hockey game for the Buffalo Regals. Howe facing off. Goes wide, goes into the corner, chased by Pistner. Pistner battling with the Buffalo player behind the net here. Getting up the side. Nice work by Klinzik. Klinzik stops the advance up the side, and now Klinzik, Ligda takes up Ligda to Howe, and Ligda helping at the side there, battling with the player. Buffalo gets it to the point. The advance stopped by Rivet. Rivet almost, and does get it out of the zone. Buffalo waits for their players to clear. One of the Buffalo players is not clearing, and she's waiting for her to come out, but it allows Howe to battle and allows for a breakaway. Ligda with Howe advancing on the Buffalo player. Shot by Ligda. Goes wide of the net. And picked up by Howe. Howe, some help from Nemec. And Buffalo sends it in. And that will be an icing call. Buffalo feeling pressure, and they ended up dumping it as a result of that pressure. So really good pressure from the Pittsburgh. We have Dankmeyer facing off in the Buffalo zone. Dankmeyer faces off, wins it, gets it towards Weidmeyer. Weidmeyer back to Seuss. Seuss sends it back in behind the Buffalo net. Pressure from Weidmeyer. Buffalo bringing it up. Some nice back check work, and Foot stops the advance. And over to Klinzik, to Dankmeyer, to Foot. Buffalo. Foot battling with the Buffalo player. Now Klinzik to Dankmeyer. And it gets stopped by the Buffalo D. Dankmeyer finally chips it up the boards. Gets it out of the North Pittsburgh zone. 7:33 left in the third period. Dankmeyer around the Buffalo boards. Tries to get it towards Weidmeyer. Weidmeyer up to Seuss. Seuss gets it over to Dankmeyer, and Buffalo trying to advance it the other way. Picked up by Klinzik. Klinzik battling for it in the boards, and Buffalo advancing, And, Buffalo gets a shot, sends it over the net. Over towards Bowers. Bowers up the boards and gets stopped by the Buffalo D. And Weidmeyer stops the play. And this will allow North Pittsburgh to get some changes. 6:46 left in the third period. 8-0 hockey game. 1 goal scored so far in the third period. We're going to have Pissner and Rivet on D, and then on the wing is going to be Yenny and Bowers. Howe wins the faceoff, gets it up, goes to the point. Rivet stops the shot, and Yenny tries to get it out. Shot goes wide of the net, and Pissner, some good work there against those 2 Buffalo players. Gets it over to Howe. Howe advances up the boards and almost breaks out. Stopped by Rivet. Howe and Rivet working. Bowers and Rivet working. Shot on Weidmeyer. Rebound goes out, and goal scored by the Regals, Buffalo Regals, and that makes it a 9-0 hockey game. 5:40 left in the third period. Dankmeyer facing off. Dankmeyer over to Klinzik. Sorry, not Klinzik. That's over to Seuss. Seuss up to Nemec. And goes around the boards. Pissner battling for it. And, sorry, not Pissner, Ligda battling for it. And up to Dankmeyer. Dankmeyer chips it up the boards. And breakaway on the net. She gets a shot off. Does go wide of the net. And help there. And then Dankmeyer at the side there with Seuss on point. Buffalo advancing it up the ice. Seuss chasing. And Buffalo coming in the side. Stick from Foot causes them to go wide. And Foot battling for it with Ligda. Ligda helping out. Ligda picks it up. And Ligda round the boards. Ligda up the boards. Gets stopped by the Buffalo point. Goes over towards Nemec. Nemec gets it out. Buffalo brings it back in. And Foot causes the puck to go wide again. Seuss sends it around to Foot. And Nemec over to Klinzik. Klinzik on the rush. Skating, putting pressure on that defense. And Klinzik chasing after it. Defense feels too much pressure and causes an icing call. Puck will be dropped in the Buffalo zone. Some great skating there by Klinzik, and that opens up a puck drop in the Buffalo zone and opens up an opportunity. So it's Klinzik and Weidmeyer on wing, and it is Howe at the puck drop. And on point, we got Pissner and Rivet. Puck goes back to Rivet. Rivet chips it in. Howe chases it. And now chased by Klinzik. Klinzik with an opportunity. And puck gets out of the zone. And that is an icing. Pissner sends it in, and not enough North Pittsburgh players were out of the zone. .241 left in the third period. Dankmeyer faces off, gets it over to Bowers. Bowers working it. Puck does get dumped into the zone, chased by Foot. Foot sends it up to Dankmeyer. Dankmeyer supported by Yenny. Yenny battles. Could be a trip there, but they do call it. They do call a trip on that play. And 2:16 left in the third period. And Buffalo, for the last 2 minutes of the game, will go on a power play. Dankmeyer facing off. Has Pissner and Rivet on D with Yenny. Shot on net. Gets stopped by Weidmeyer. Puck will be dropped in the... in the North Pittsburgh zone. Dankmeyer facing off with Yenny on the side. Dankmeyer gets it out of the zone on that face-off. Nice play. And Buffalo trying to bring it in on this power play. 1:29 left in the power play, 1:41 left in the game. Some nice work by Pissner. Pissner gets it down the ice and chased by the Buffalo D. Howe goes on the ice for Dankmeyer. Howe going in, picks up the puck and takes a look and does get stick checked by the Buffalo player, goes into the zone. Picked up by Pissner. Picked up by Ligda. Ligda round the boards, goes the other way, gets it up towards Pissner. Pissner towards Howe to Ligda, and Ligda out of the zone. Buffalo not able to advance, but Buffalo D feels pressure from Howe, then from Rivet, and then the Buffalo starts coming back in. And up to Howe on the breakaway. Howe doesn't get it out. Howe stops, chips it up the board. Howe supported by Rivet and Ligda. Ligda sends it up the ice, causes an icing, and 35 seconds left in the game. And the face-off will be just to the right of Weidmeyer. 25 seconds left in the game, 10 seconds left in the penalty. Dankmeyer facing off. Dankmeyer gets it over to the side. And we are back at even strength. Nice penalty kill by the North Pittsburgh. Buffalo tries to shoot, misses, and chased by Foot. Foot battling with the North Pittsburgh player, and that is the end of the third period. So it looked like 2 goals scored in that period. So really good defense play by Pittsburgh. They keeping the puck to the side, keeping it out, and stopping those advances from the Buffalo players. And then also some good movement of puck and getting it into the end zone. Ended up being a 9-0 hockey game for the Buffalo Regals. And the girls will now line up, and we'll see who they present the MVP to. Saw a lot of good players a lot of good play from all the girls today. Now Rivet was super strong on D and keeping that keeping the puck out, but let's see who they pick. Goes to Buffalo. The MVP goes to Buffalo player number 14, and this one goes to Foot. And Foot did a great job, actually. Some great back checking, some great stick work on D, and really stopped a lot of the Buffalo advances. So yeah, Foot gets MVP of the game. So really good work, Foot, and to all the D today, they did a really good job because we are 2D short, and Pissner and Rivet worked really well together, keeping the puck out, and also Foot and Seuss really worked well together, keeping the puck out. So thank you everyone for tuning in. Have a great day, and